clearances, and they'd come and say, I almost didn't get my security clearance because of you. They asked me more questions about you than they asked about me. I attended the memorial services for Sherman Banks. He was the deputy chairman before, right after John Huggins was assassinated, and before my ex became the deputy chairman. And at his services, I saw how the family, you mentioned about your wife and your son, how the families are so impacted, and I knew that personally, how families are impacted when you take a stand. And actually, even you may not know it, it may not feel like it to you, but it's just you being here, it's a revolutionary act. You know, because you already know that the content of this film is controversial. You already know that the FBI was all over us. You already know that COINTELPRO that existed, so you came anyway. And it just makes me proud to see you. I'm happy to see you.
This is a phenomenal film. I really enjoyed it. And my question was about like how many years did you work on this all together, and what was like your beginning process of creating?
All right, I'm going to try to keep this part short. Well, I would suggest that you interview the elders, and not just your family. Maybe there aren't any elders in your family out here, but elders in your community, and you'll be surprised at the stories you get. So that's how this started. So basically, I'm trying to make it short. By chance, I went to a meeting at the Elegant Manor on Adams and Arlington, where the UNIA was still having meetings in 1991. And when I went to this meeting with my friends, they were talking about raising money to get some solar panels, and this village mentality was not there in 1990. Y'all worried about Africa, you need to be worried about what's going on, what's happening here in LA. And you need to be telling people they need to get some guns and be ready to defend themselves. I didn't know that the guy at the podium giving the meeting was Roland Freeman. I had no idea. Roland was there. Wayne, the brother at the end of the film, he was there. He's like, what do you know about the police? What do you know about, I was in a 5-hour shoot. He starts talking all this stuff to me, and I'm like just shut down. And my friends are with me, and everybody's like, he told you. And then he says, why don't you come back up here Wednesday, and I'll show you some information. So I came back reluctantly that Wednesday with my boy Gary, and he showed us a scrapbook that his mother had with all these newspaper articles about the Southern California chapter of the Black Panther, and all this stuff. I kind of remembered it, but I didn't really. He said, we should make a documentary. But back then, we didn't have Final Cut Pro, Premiere. About these dudes I met, and I didn't know them. I had probably ran into him like twice at the club, but now we understand. He's like, my mama was a Black Panther. I'm like, what? My father was a Black Panther. So we start bonding on that. He's like, if y'all really want to do a documentary, I'll pay for it. So now we're trying to figure out how to do it, and then he goes to prison, right? So now he's gone. So to us, the project's dead in the water. Then he gets out. When he gets out, he goes to Death Row Records, and a lot of people that follow him see that there was some sort of change maybe in him. But for us and me and people like John Dilly that worked with him, that change you saw, at least to us, was more of a front, because he was still a revolutionary. Now his mama's undersets, and now he's telling us, I'm a millionaire now. I will fund the whole thing you're trying to do. But guess what? Now we couldn't find Roland. Once again, ain't no Facebook, Instagram, there's no internet. Like, we didn't have Roland's phone number. They're not having meetings at the UNIA anymore. We never went over his house. We don't know where he lives. So once again, it's kind of dead in the water. And now Pac, every video I'm working on, is saying, he's telling me I'm full of shit. You don't want to do no documentary. I'm like, I can't find the dudes. He's like, do it on somebody else. I'm like, nah, I want to do it on them. Then Pac gets murdered. Matter of fact, Jadili and I worked on the last video. I think it was I Ain't Mad At You. We worked on that video out here, and he gets murdered. He goes to Vegas and he gets murdered. A little bit after that, I'm in the car on the corner of Stocker and La Brea. Somebody honks the horn. I look next to me, and it's Roland Freeman. Honk the horn, like, Greg, what's up? I'm like, Roland, pull over. So we start shooting at night, because now it was like 2003, 2004, somewhere like that. My youngest son was just born. Yeah, I think that was like 2004. We see rolling in traffic. We start shooting the film, and that's why you see the clip of him in the garage looking through the newspapers. That's sentimental value because that's the first night we start shooting that night. So that's how long I've been working on the film. We started shooting it, like I said, 2003, something like that, and then we finished the first cut in 2010. We finished the first cut because we had an opportunity, 2008, because we had an opportunity to do a screening at UCLA. So I had this short film that was about 15 minutes long. Daniel Johnson said, I'll take the guy that started the Hyper Ninja program. He said, I'll bring you up to UCLA, show you where they got murdered. I was like, what? So we come up, we meet up here, we go here to Cambell Hall, we go to the room over there. He showed me where they got murdered. We're about to leave, and he says, you need to meet my boy Masai. So he takes him to Masai's office, he sees it, and he says, oh man, he says, my other boy needs to see it. So another counselor comes to see it, and he watches the 16-minute thing, and he said, oh, any person you meet, it can lead to everything coming together. So when I met Masai, and he saw it, he said, was it done? I said, nah, it's gonna be like a 2-hour movie. He said, oh, in 3 months, the Black Student Union has to do an event, and we can do an event around your movie, but it needs to be longer. I had 3 months to finish the film. So in those 3 months, I worked on the film all day, continuously, took a toll on my wife and my family, not really seeing me. I mean, I was leaving in the morning before they got up, and getting home after they were asleep. So this is the type of work that you put into something. Next thing you know, I had another opportunity about being in the Pan-African Film Festival. Kept saying the movie's not done. This one young lady was like, nah, her name is Jasmine Cannick. She was like, nah, you gotta get in the festival, We get in the festival, and we win the audience award. Like, we become the centerpiece of the festival, win the audience award, and that leads to the film playing for 5 weeks, where now we're making money off the film by splitting it, the door with the theater. So when I'm telling you all this story, it's just whatever you have going on in your life, you can make it happen. It just takes hard work, dedication. When people tell you no, if it kind of doesn't make any sense, it's because it doesn't make any sense. The average person, especially people close to you, like your family members and your friends, they're not even going to get whatever it is you're trying to do. They're going to try to put you in a box, and you can't allow that to happen. Bunchy Carter didn't allow that to happen. John Huggins, Elaine Brown, the rest of these people, Geronimo Pratt, he's a war veteran that comes back and joins the revolution. None of these people let their neighborhoods, their upbringing, their background define them. You have the power to define yourself, and that's what you got to do. I hope that answers that question.
Is it still available for purchase or anything like that?
No, this film is not available for purchase. This is still a work in actual progress. And I know you guys weren't here in the beginning, but this was the first time this version was shown, this long version, and we're actually working on an 8-hour version that we'll be attempting to sell to one of the platforms like Amazon or Netflix, one of those platforms. So if this gets out, it kind of messes up our deal in the future.
What's the ETA on that?
Well, we're 1 hour, we're 45 minutes into the first episode, and we're constantly trying to raise funding to keep it going. This editing, although most of the interviews are done, the editing is incredibly, you see how complicated the editing is, very, very hard. So we're constantly raising money. You can make a donation on the website, 401central.com, and we also are planning a conference that we're also doing fundraising for, that hopefully will be at the end of this year, and one of the days of the conference will be right here at UCLA.
The brother asked what's going on with the investigation, all that. That's actually like who killed Martin Luther King and who killed Malcolm X. This is how big this is, you know. This is the international kind of thing, and we'll never know. Because those that know ain't gonna never tell. So that's important to say.